Welcome, young learners, to another exciting episode of Learning Together. Today, we are diving into a skill that is very important yet often a little tricky at first: telling time. Understanding time helps us plan our day, deciding when to wake up, have meals, and even when it's time for bed. So, if you've ever looked at a clock and wondered what the hands mean, today's lesson will guide you through it. Let's get started and explore the fascinating world of telling time. First, let's talk about why we need time. Time helps us know when things happen. Think about it. It tells us when to wake up in the morning, it lets us know when it's time to eat lunch, and it even helps us know when school begins and ends. We measure time in seconds, minutes, hours, days, weeks, months, and years. Clocks are the tools that show us the current time. But how do we read them? There are several important parts of a clock that we need to understand. A clock has two main hands. These are the arrows that move around the clock face. The short hand is called the hour hand, and the long hand is known as the minute hand. The hour hand tells us what hour it is, while the minute hand shows us how many minutes it is past the hour. Isn't that interesting? The short hand moves slowly from one number to the next, while the long hand moves faster. It can go all the way around the clock in just 1 hour. Now, if the long hand points straight up to the number 12, that indicates it is a clock. For instance, if the short hand points to 5 and the long hand points to 12, what time is it? Yes, you got it. It's 5 o'clock. Now, let's consider when the long hand points straight down to the number 6. That tells us it is half past the hour. When it's halfway between two numbers on the clock, that means 30 minutes have passed since the hour began. For example, when the short hand is between 3 and 4 with the long hand at 6, it is half past 3, or 3:30. Can you guess what time it is if the short hand is halfway between 7 and 8 and the long hand points to 6? Exactly. It's 7:30. Let's learn about quarters now. A quarter past means 15 minutes after the hour, and the long hand points to the number 3. On the other hand, a quarter to means 15 minutes before the next hour, or the long hand points to 9. For example, if it's 2:15, the time is 2:15. But if it's 3:45, that means it is 3:45. If the long hand is pointing to 3 and the short hand is just past 2, what time is it? That's right. It would be 2:15. Now, we live in a world where a day has 24 hours. However, clocks typically show only 12 of those hours. So, we use AM and PM to indicate whether it is morning or afternoon. AM stands for ante-meridiem, which means before noon, and covers midnight to just before noon. PM stands for post-meridiem, which means afternoon, covering from noon until midnight. For instance, breakfast is usually eaten in the morning or AM time, while we eat dinner in the evening or PM time. If we think about lunch, which time do you think we eat lunch? Right. That would usually fall around noon or PM. Thinking about the days of the week adds to our understanding of time. There are 7 days in a week: Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Most students go to school from Monday to Friday, while Saturday and Sunday, known as the weekend, are days for resting and having fun. Can you tell me what the first day of the school week is? Yes, it's Monday. Now, let's expand our time knowledge to months. A year consists of 12 months. These months are January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and December. Each of these months usually has about 30 or 31 days, except for February, which has 28 or sometimes 29 days in leap years. So, which month comes right after March? That's right. It's April. Now, another interesting fact about telling time is that each number on the clock corresponds to 5 minutes. Hence, when the minute hand points to 1, that means it's 5 minutes past the hour. If it points to 2, it's 10 minutes past, and so on. So, if the long hand points to 4 and the hour hand is just past the 2, can you tell me what time that is? Yes, it would be 2:20. Let's take a fun time challenge. Imagine it's 3 o'clock right now. If your favorite TV show starts in 1 hour and 30 minutes, what time will it start? First, we add 1 hour to 3 o'clock, which brings us to 4 o'clock. Then we add 30 more minutes. That's a total of 4:30, which means your show starts at 4:30. Time is indeed quite interesting, isn't it? Throughout history, people have used various methods to tell time. The first mechanical clocks were invented in Europe around the year 1300. Before that, people relied on sundials, which used the sun's shadow, along with water clocks and hourglasses. Today, there's even more. Take atomic clocks, for example. They're so precise they can lose only 1 second every 300 million years. This shows how much innovation has gone into understanding and measuring time. Today, we discussed how to tell time using a clock. We learned about the hour and minute hands and how they move. We also explored important concepts like a clock, half past, quarter past, and quarter to. Additionally, we covered AM and PM to understand the time of day better, along with the days of the week and months of the year. Remember, telling time is a skill that is not only important but also fun. You can practice with clocks at home, using online resources, or by simply asking family members what time it is. Thanks for joining us in today's adventure of learning how to tell time. We hope you enjoyed the lesson and are excited to practice what you've learned. Keep exploring the world around you, and stay curious. Until next time, keep learning and have a wonderful day.